Alright guys, welcome to another beer review. Yes, got a tripod in my hand because I don't need a tripod. So, today we're venturing into the Beer 52 box for December, or technically November, I'm not too sure. And it's Scotland. And there's some interesting beers, although I didn't intend to actually get this box, but unfortunately I did request to have my holiday extended, but it seems that it didn't get there in time, which no problem. I needed beers to stock up with anyway, and plus they've happily extended it now and apologise, so fantastic service. As per usual, though, could have been avoided, but oh well, I'm not going to grumble too much, and I'm actually going to get in shot. So, today we're going over to Cross Borders, and this is the hop series, and this is Pale. Now these guys are out of, not too sure, well it's light session ale, and so this is Cross Borders Brewing Company. Got interrupted then, do apologise. Can't remember what I was going to say, but these guys are obviously from somewhere in Scotland. I'm not too sure of the exact place, and this video is framed awfully, but I don't want to be stood all the way over there, do you know what I mean? So yeah, interesting stuff. Scotland's sort of like an untapped beer place for me, to be honest. Aside from like, you know, the big ones like Fierce Beer, Tempest, Brewdog, that sort of thing. So there's a lot of breweries that I need to actually try, and of course they've got what are they called? They're doing really well for their sour beers, and I can't remember what they're called. You know what I'm talking about. So yeah, never heard of these guys before, so I'm interested to give this a try as I wait for my pine chips to cook. And I think Good Be Alive is tonight as well, so we've got some beers to drink along with. So yeah, link as always to the referral if you're interested by Beer 52. And the good thing about this box is all beers are actually brewed on the premises of each brewery, which I'm a fan of. Because I don't know, I think you do sometimes lose something when it's contract brewed. Although De Prof, you know, one of the most established and esteemed sort of breweries like that. I mean, you know, the likes of Tuol and Mikkeller wouldn't brew there if there wasn't quality, but I don't know, I've had some of the beers that have been brewed at De Prof and also brewed at the actual brewery, and you do sometimes notice subtle differences. I think it might be the local ingredients, which all make a difference at the end of the day. Not one strain is the same as the other, not one sort of harvest just by nature is going to be exactly the same. And you know, we all know that terroir plays a massive part when it comes to hops, malts, and yeah, yeast as well. It's a hard thing to keep consistent, so I think it's just location more than anything else. But yeah, so this is sort of a classic pale ale, amber in colour, crystal clear, one finger worth of a white head. So let's see what we get on the nose. Not really getting too much, to be honest. Doesn't really specify what hops have been used in this. Yeah, well, it's vegan and vegetarian friendly. That's always a plus. But, you know, what about all the insects that are killed when you're getting the grain out of the ground? Didn't really think that argument through, did you, vegans and vegetarians, when it's, oh, we don't like killing animals. You do know that you probably kill millions of ants each year. And when you take something from the land, local animals suffer, so that's not really a good valid viewpoint. Factory farming, however, totally with you. We need to be a bit more conscientious of that sort of stuff. Anyway, yeah, you can tell that I'm not vegetarian or vegan, although a lot of vegans are fat as well, let's be honest, or that pulp and grain that you eat. Anyway, not attacking anyone, by the way, because I do like a lot of vegan and vegetarian cuisine, believe it or not. But yeah, nothing really coming out on the nose. Bready, biscuity, it's got the whiff of like a classic sort of British pale ale, which is probably what it is at the end of the day. So yeah, let's give it a taste. Cheers. And yeah, it's a serviceable, simple pale ale. You get a little bit of citrus in there, a little bit of juicy, sort of like rancher's fruit, pastel, fruity tones, but it's not a really hoppy beer. You get more of the malt build, I would say, with a little bit of a citrus bite and a bitterness on the back end. That being said, there is a little bit of diacetyl, I would say. It's got that sort of like buttery popcorn character, which I think is quite hard to avoid a lot of the time. But it's not too intrusive or offensive. Do you know what? It's got a lovely body for a session pale ale. White session ale, microbrewed in Scotland, hop series. And do you know what? I'd happily sit back with a 4-pack of this. Do you know what I mean? It's simple, straight to the point, and it's very British tasting, if that makes sense. But there is just a little touch of a diacetyl character, which does dampen the experience. I mean, you're not going to be bowled away by it, but this is a perfect, Sunday afternoon sessioner when you're watching a football, rugby, or bowls, whatever sports you like, archery, badminton, cheese rolling, or whatever you're into. Different strokes for different folks. But yeah, I like the bitterness on this. I really, really do. I'm being more and more accustomed to like really fruity, hazy IPAs, and this is just a nice, simple British, more of a golden ale, I would say. But since it's like got hop series, I'm not really getting too much hop, if that makes sense. It's got herbal, grassy tones, a little bit of citrus, as I said. But I'm not going to complain too much. I'm not going to grumble too much. So in terms of a rating then, for the Cross Borders Hop Series Pale, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Serviceable, even with that little bit of diacetyl character in there. I'm not going to grumble too much. And yeah, definitely worth a try if you come across it. I'd imagine this is perfect on like cask and on keg in a pub on a rainy Scottish afternoon. Never experienced that, so I don't know why I'm referencing that. Closest I've had is, a rainy afternoon in Dublin, if that's any consolation. So yeah, that's the Cross Borders Hop Series Pale. Definitely a brewery that I'm going to look into, as we always do. And yeah, I would drink that again, 7 out of 10. So if you've tried it, then let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. What's some of your favourite breweries from the beers from the brewery? And if you've got the Beer 52 box as well, I'd love to hear your thoughts, opinions on some of the other beers that you got. And yeah, it's going to be good to experience some Scottish craft beer, although I didn't actually intend to get this month's box, but I'm happy I did. Plus the snack was really nice, and it's always good to get ferment. And as I said, if you want to get in on the Beer 52 action, link is down below. Anyway, so thank you all for watching, and I shall hopefully see you all later. Cheers.